In the grand scheme of global affairs, why does the conflict in Gaza persist? Why, despite decades of negotiations, peace treaties, and international interventions, do we find ourselves in a cycle of violence that seems to have no end? To understand the present, we must venture into the past. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict dates back to the late 19th century, fueled by competing national aspirations in the same territory. The creation of Israel in 1948 triggered the first in a series of Arab-Israeli wars, setting the stage for decades of strife and political maneuvering. The situation escalated in the late 20th century, with the First Intifada in 1987. This Palestinian uprising against Israeli occupation marked a significant turning point, bringing the conflict to the forefront of international attention. The Oslo Accords of the early 90s promised a resolution, but their potential was never fully realized, marred by mutual distrust and continued violence. Fast forward to the present day, the situation remains alarmingly volatile. The International Criminal Court, or ICC, is conducting an investigation into alleged war crimes in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, including the recent eruption of violence. The ICC's top prosecutor, Fatou Bensouda, stated that individuals involved in the current hostilities may become targets of this investigation. Israel, which accuses the ICC of bias and has rejected membership in the court, has criticized the investigation. On the other side, the Palestinian Authority, an ICC member, urges the court to prosecute Israelis over alleged crimes in previous wars. This investigation, opened in March of this year, concentrates on suspected war crimes committed by both the Israeli military and Palestinian armed groups, including Hamas in the Gaza Strip and the Israeli-occupied West Bank. The recent escalation of violence has resulted in the deaths of at least 83 Palestinians and 7 Israelis. The investigation is further complicated by the lack of cooperation from some sides. However, Bensouda insists that the decision to pursue the investigation is based on the law, not politics, and her team will find a way to deal with this lack of cooperation. The conflict in Gaza is not just a political issue. It's a humanitarian crisis affecting millions of people, many of whom have known nothing but war and displacement their entire lives. It's a crisis that requires not just our attention, but our active involvement. So what can we do? Staying informed is the first step. Engage with reliable news sources, understand the historical context, and keep abreast of the recent developments. But don't stop there. Use your voice, share what you learn, advocate for peace and justice. Remember, change begins with awareness, and awareness begins with you.